Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Let me just finish setting up. Type in the chat if you can hear me okay this morning. It's very humid outside this morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hi. Good morning, Gwen. How are you? Hopefully, everyone got a good night's sleep tonight. Good morning, Tanya. Nice to see you. We'll get started in a minute. Good morning. Just pin my message up there. Good morning. It actually feels kind of humid out this morning, but it feels pretty good. We'll get started in like a minute. Let me just get everybody all in. Make sure you drop a like. If you're not subscribed, please do subscribe. So good morning. My name is Farmer Chaz. I'm here today. We're going to do something a little bit different today. I have a bit of harvesting to do, and feel free to ask any questions along the way. So we'll be going through today, looking at, as you can see, I'm back in front of the squash bush and it's completely full all over again with leaves. We got a little surprise under there that I saw last night, so I saved it for today. Go through my tomatoes, pick some jalapenos today and more tomatoes, and then it's time to pick a few of the green beans today. I'll show you what's going on with my strawberries and just kind of take you around. This week or this weekend, I'm hoping to make one of my first batches of hot sauce, but not one that publicized, one with jalapenos and cilantro. So we'll get into that in a few minutes. But good morning. Good morning. Thank everybody for logging in early this Wednesday morning. Make sure if you know somebody that wants to join in, just go and tell a friend. And thank you for joining me this morning. So this morning's live is a Q&A, and we're just going to go through and do whatever it is that I need to do today. I'm pretty prepared to do as much as I can do before I have to go in today. So if you have any questions, like I said, please put it in the chat. I will get to them as soon as I can. I do have my device out here today, so go back and see any questions that you may have. So let's just do a little overview of what we're going to do today, a little walkthrough to see what all I need to get done today in a small amount of time. And I also need to come back at some point after the live and water because it's going to be a very, very hot one today. So let's just go through and I'll show you what I mean when I say the squash bush and the zucchini bush are back to being themselves, which is big. Good morning, Tracy. So you see they're very big, and one of the things that I was worried about at one point in time was this tomato bush. As you can see, it's now getting little green tomatoes on it. Then I'll take you to the back around here and I'll show you what's been going on with my cucumber bush. And as you can see, it is now starting to grab onto the string. And if you look very, 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 very closely down here, see if I can point to it so you'll know exactly what I'm looking at. We have cucumbers coming in. See all the flowers? I'm gonna come from back here, and later I'm just gonna make sure that everything's grabbing onto the string. So this is a tendril. This right here is a tendril. Good morning, Kim. And it's gonna grab onto the string. All right, so that is the cucumber plant. And if I take a peek, I don't know if you can see it, over at the squash plant, we see plenty of flowers back there, which means we're gearing up to get in another squash pretty soon. So if you haven't subscribed already, please do come in and subscribe, say hi. The first thing we're gonna do this morning is come in, as you can see, and grab a few of these tomatoes. And grab a few of these hot peppers, well, jalapeno peppers. Not all of them, just some. Some are good and ready. Then, if I can show you, remember last week, this serrano pepper that's in the middle of my, no, poblano pepper that's in the middle of my green beans was a little bit yellow and I gave it fertilizer, is now back to being green. So that means what I said last week worked. It wasn't healthy because it needed feeding. I fed it fertilizer and we are back to good. If you look in the back here, my okra plant, there's a leaf that needs to come off. It's turning all different types of colors, but the okra plant overall is doing really, really good. I expect there to be flowers on there pretty soon. This one too. And this one is really healthy. And then as you can see, more tomatoes that we have to pluck off this morning. So let me just hop to it and show you. I'm gonna take this tomato plant first. Try to set you down so you can still see what I'm doing here this morning. Go up and you'll see that I have quite a few tomatoes that just need to be harvested. So I'm going to reach in here, just going to clip, grab, put it in my basket. Even if they're not all the way red, I'm going to pluck them off because we get another stormy rain like we had the other night. I don't want these tomatoes to split. You can see, pull them off, which means I'm also going to sit these in the window, let them get fully red. And soon we'll be ready, to have some pasta sauce. Clip this one. Those two I'm going to leave. They're just not as tinted red as I want them to be. Okay, so another thing, let me just grab my harvest basket. Gonna come over here and grab some of these. Tomatoes. All right. Just step right in here. These are slicers, so I might just have a caprese salad. I didn't grow any lettuce this year, so I can't have a regular salad. You know, I'm gonna leave, nope, not gonna leave it. Gonna take it. Because the other morning I came out and I caught a squirrel back here and he was munching down on a tomato and I did not like that. And if you see here, here's where the birds, see the little holes in the tomato? Stuck their little beaks in. Don't like that. All right, so now let's get with the jalapenos. Not all of them are ready, but the fairly big ones, I'm gonna just clip off. I don't want my bush to break. Remember, you can drop any questions in the chat. Come in here. These are kind of small. I'm gonna leave these alone because they're kind of small. I'm gonna grab this one right here though. Nope, gonna leave it. This one I am gonna grab because it is looping in. And there we go. So, you have a garden. Tell me what you're growing this morning. Let's see, what do you... Yes, so Kim is asking, is it safe to cut back a plant once you have, it starts fruiting? She has watermelon, but some needs to be tamed and growing. You absolutely can. Okay. So the question is, can you cut back a plant? And you absolutely can. Let's see. I'm gonna sit it here. turn it around, give myself a little break. See if I can catch up here. If you can still hear me, give me a thumbs up in the chat. I got 2 thumbs up. Oh, perfect. Thank you. Kim, Rich Black Man, aka Rashawn, says that he needs some of that watermelon. Gwen is saying it's a little question time. Her cucumber is producing some leaves, but some of the leaves are yellow and brown. Yeah, you either need to feed it, which is more likely the case because cucumbers are very heavy feeders. But when you feed it, don't feed it where the NPK has the higher number at the very front, which is for nitrogen. Good morning, Sierra. Sierra from, I think you're in Texas. Good morning, good morning. So yeah, feed your plant, but make sure the nitrogen level, which is the first N in NPK, whether it be 10, 10, 10, make sure that the first number is lower, and then you have the P and the K be a little bit higher to feed your plant, Gwen. Hope that helps you and answers your question. Make sure you give it plenty of water because cucumbers are heavy, heavy, heavy feeders. So I fed my cucumber plant about 3 days ago, and I'm already starting to see little cucumbers on there. But if your leaves are turning yellow and brown, number 1, check for disease. Number 2, make sure it has enough nutrients. And Kim, I hope I answered your question. It is okay to cut your plant back once it starts fruiting. So I can send you a link on how to trim a watermelon plant. A lot of watermelons, they will spread and take over your entire garden. So all you have to do is trim it in specific areas, and I'll send you a link on how to do that. Okay? All right, perfect. So like I said, I looked in this, let me just point you down so you can see exactly what I'm pointing at. This zucchini plant right here, I have moved it, I have cut it. It is resilient. Do tomatoes need a lot of fertilizer? Good morning, Cousin Q. Tomatoes, they need a lot of watering, and then they need fertilizer maybe I fertilize my tomatoes every 3 weeks or so. I give them a real heavy feeding, especially when they start to flower. But like I told Gwen, I don't give it anything that has too much nitrogen because I don't care about the greenage in the plant. I care about the fruiting and the flowers. Fruiting and the flowers. Okay. So I have not been fertilizing this zucchini plant. And as you can see, it's back to being huge all over again. But yesterday I saw a small zucchini in there, and I'm not gonna bring you down with me. I have another one in there, but this one, I don't want it to get too big. Here we go. I didn't let it get as big as the other, but the other day, I just want you to know, it wasn't even half this size. So got a zucchini to make for dinner one of these days. Happy about that. And of course, you guys know what I'm about to do. I'm gonna inspect the plant. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zucchini that are gonna come in soon. But what I did notice was all the zucchinis are coming on. I'm gonna point the camera down in a minute. There are 3, it looks like, I'm gonna call them branches. 3 branches in there. One of them is fruiting heavily. Well, 2 of them are, the 2 on this side. And then the one that's going that way is not. So what I'm gonna do later is the one that's not fruiting at all I feel like every time I come out here, a bus, a garbage truck, and everything else will not let me be great. You hear all the noise? Not only do I have to contend with the pillow bird, do not eat my plants, I'm contending with trucks too. So I'm gonna cut out one of the branches, is what I'm gonna call it, for the zucchini plant. I do see that something is eating this particular leaf, so of course, you guys know I'm very good on cutting it out, so I'm just going to move it, and then later I'm going to move the branches in the back, so of course I can continue to have good airflow for the cucumbers. The squash isn't really bothering me as much. So let me just check this, make sure I don't have any questions. Zucchini lasagna, that actually sounds pretty good. I might have to get a recipe from you. Sharing is caring, everybody. Okay, so let's go over to the cherry tomatoes. And let's grab a few of those this morning. You'll notice that as I'm harvesting, I'm actually not wearing any gloves today for harvesting, but when I dig in the dirt, I am gonna wear gloves. Because what? I do not like dirt in my nails. So, just gonna come in here, pluck quite a few of them off. Some have split because I did pick yesterday. So, let me give you an example of what I mean when I say the tomatoes split. So this is what I mean by that. It's because it got way too much water and I didn't pick it in time. So I don't like that. Put this off to the side. Come in. I've picked a few. Oh no, a lot of split. I should have just picked them yesterday when I saw them. I was trying to leave them for today. That was a mistake on my part. When I got home this weekend, it had a ton of this one split. Remove it off. There's a dead leaf. Remove it off. This one did not split. Put the split ones down here for now. And some, it split, but oh man, most of the ones in my hand are split. As soon as I picked them, the water couldn't resist. It just decided to just split. I'm gonna see if I can salvage some of them. Maybe I could eat them this morning if nothing got into it. All right, I think I'm done on this side of the garden. I'm gonna come back to the cherry tomatoes later. That was pretty defeating. I'm getting hot because it's humid out here. So let's go into a different section of the garden, which is my enclosed structure. Let me just grab a few things, grab me a chair. There's a little bit of things I need to do in here. The sun is out. It's a beautiful day though. If you do want to garden, I hope you're gardening early enough to where the sun doesn't get you today. Let's see. All right. So in here, I'll turn you around so you can see what all we're doing in here today. In here are my carrots. You remember the green beans, purple Reaper peppers, the pink tiger butt. Yes, Gwen, I said pink tiger butt. Ghost peppers. And the one in the back here, I'm gonna point to it, has plenty of peppers up underneath. And this is one that was gifted to me. And after looking at it fruit, after I threw away the tag, so that was a mistake, I think I determined that it's called the Chicken Itza. Hopefully I got that right. This one up front is a dragon's breath. It's leaning a little bit. I need to find some Velcro in here and put it back against the stick. We had a really bad storm the other day and the wind was blowing and it was raining super hard, so I'm pretty sure that's why it's leaning. I'm just gonna get some Velcro and put it back up eventually. I don't see any fruit on this plant back here. It was also gifted to me. I have no idea what kind of pepper plant it is. This one right here, no idea. Then we have our Scotch bonnets. Then we have our habaneros, which is also fruiting. You see all the peppers in here? Just waiting for them to turn orange. Then I'll pick those. Of course, my favorite plant of all, the Carolina Reaper. And if you look in closely, you'll see that I'm gonna have some little baby Reapers pretty soon. So that means that hot fire, hot sauce will be coming to a kitchen near you. I did pick off the bell pepper here. And when I picked the bell pepper here, you can see the plant itself just got larger. Okay? So, let's see. Trying to find a good spot to put you, because there's something that I saw yesterday that I really need to do. Something that I hope that when you guys pay attention, you will do as well. Let me try to turn you around here. Okay, so I'm gonna turn you around so you can see this green bean plant. Okay, and in this green bean plant, check it out. Can you see it? I finally have green beans. All the trouble that it gave me, and I think they are ready to be picked. So I'm gonna go in and try to pick them as long as they're like this size and see how many I can pick. I think I have some all in there, but there are also weeds that I need to take out. So because there are weeds and dirt and everything over here, let me just grab these gloves and